All right. I got home from Vespers like 2 hours ago, and I can report that GrapheneOS on like a Pixel tablet is way better than an iPad. Surprisingly, you wouldn't think that you would have some better features on the the more restricted privacy friendly operating system, but surprisingly you do. So what we're going to do in this video is we're going to go through kind of what the PDF readers that are available to you, some of their limitations, what might lead you to choose one over another, and then we're going to go over what I'm doing. So stick around. We're going to talk about it. Okay, so we're on the home screen of this tablet here, and I basically have nothing installed. I just have a couple things for testing. But let's take a look at the default PDF viewer. It's actually super bare bones. When you open it, this is all you're greeted with. You just get, PDF viewer, and this little icon up here is just for opening a file. So if we tap it here, it lets us open. You can see I was testing this earlier. It lets you open whatever PDFs you have on your system, and you kind of have to navigate around to get to your folders. So if I wanted to go to Pentecost, for example, and get to the Vespers variables, I have to navigate a ton. What's also kind of annoying is, see how it's sorted by modified by default? If I want to sort by, let's say, name, as you can see, I put like numbers to make this easier. It doesn't persist. So if I open, for example, Pentecost Vespers, then I want to open, let's say, the Kazan variables for O Lord, I have cried. I have to tap several times and try to find these things. Super inconvenient. And if you're at the chanter stand, that just eats time. You also notice here, if I come back to the basic variables here, you have to advance manually with these buttons. There's also like no tapping to center or anything. It gets the job done, but if you're trying to flip around through stuff, it's really inconvenient. And the file opener is really close to these buttons. So if you have fat fingers like I do and you're moving quickly, you can hit things and that's a pain. Also, huge drawback. You can't open links in this. So if you're, for example, on your website for your variables and I want to open like Sunday Vespers, it asks me to download it, and it's going to open this in the PDF viewer by default, which can't open links. So like I can't actually download anything in here, and that's the stuff I need, right? That's super inconvenient. Now you can use a different PDF viewer. For example, like UPDF is really popular. But if I open Pentecost Vespers here, now I can go through here, and now I can actually tap. You have to enable it manually or like a long press, which is a little fickle, but you have to tap up here, and then once you do that, you can actually get to the links. It allows you to download it, and you can open it. And we're going to open it. We're going to open this in MUPDF just to show you. This is a little better, but you have the same limitation where, you can't double tap to center things. It's a little better now because you can actually tap to advance on either side. But you'll notice here, there's no way of actually opening a file. This search link up here is for like searching content in the page. You have to go back to your home screen and open another session of it to actually get to the files. Like sometimes you even have to exit like you just saw. And then you have the same file manager issue as before. So, not only do you not have nice features like tabs, which are super essential in my opinion, like being able to pull up everything you need beforehand and just tapping the tabs, you don't have anything like that here. And this is super inconvenient to get through the file manager, etc. So what am I doing? Because clearly I wouldn't be doing this. This is way less convenient than an iPad. I'm actually just using the web browser. So you'll notice, by default, if I come here, this is the Antiochian Liturgic website, and I go to tap on a PDF, it's going to ask me to download it. So you can't really view the PDF, but it actually has support. You just have to enable it in like a hidden menu. So if you come to its Chrome flags, you can see it up here, Chrome flags, and just type up here, type PDF, and then it's open PDF inline on Android. Just set this to enabled, and then relaunch your PDF viewer or your web browser. Give it a minute, and we'll come back here. This might take a minute to load. There we go. We can now actually open PDFs. So if I come to, let's say, Great Vespers, it's going to open it here, and that's so huge because I can now go down. It has the center double tap, which the apps don't, and I can now open the links, and they open actually at the end of the stack. I had this issue on Safari where like if you try to open it, it would open it after your current tab instead of at the end of the stack. So this is already an improvement over Safari. Not to mention it's free software, right? But if I come down here and I open a couple things, like let's open this, you'll notice it's all going to the end. If I open a couple things, and they'll take a minute to load. But I had this issue on the iPad where if something was loading or trying to reload, it would become a duplicate of the last thing you opened. So if I'm scooting through this PDF here, and I come back here, and it wouldn't cache it, it would reload it, it would for some reason become a duplicate of the last PDF I'd opened. I don't know if that's a quirk of the Antiochian website or if that's a quirk of Safari. Either way, it's not a problem here. And these things are actually persisting where I left them. Whereas if you do this on an iPad in Safari, if I come here and then return, this would be at the top of the PDF. So if I'm trying to open stuff through, like in GoodNotes, for example, which is a really popular thing for pulling up music PDFs, I'd have to long press on something, send it to GoodNotes, keep scrolling down. But the issue is when you came back to it, it would go back to the top. So it was such a tedious process of opening stuff and scrolling through. Whereas this, you literally just tap it and it's open. And then you can come back, keep going, tap it and it's open, and you can scoot through these things. And they actually persist. So I tried this earlier. I had all of Vespers open, and what was really cool was I was off Wi-Fi for a long time. I came back, they were all cached in the tabs. There was no reloading. There was no duplication issue. I didn't have to export it to GoodNotes, So this was so much more helpful. Really great. So point of this is it works. For me, it works better than, the iPad does. And you really just have to change one setting and things are perfect. You can even leave it as stock. You don't need to install like Mute PDF or anything from F-Droid. It just comes with the system. It's perfect. So hopefully this helped somebody. That's it. Thanks.